Man, I love a good story. So do you have a good story and experience that has inspired you to keep pushing? You talked about how this is a tough profession because you give so much. You have to make sacrifices. Is there a story that comes to mind or to heart for you?
There. To me, it's about little moments.
Yeah.
Right. It's not grand. You pass a $2 billion bond, or you get this award, you get that award. Like that to me those are secondary things. To me, it's little things. And the world can be hard on kids. Every generation, the generation before ours, every generation looks at the younger generation and says, "Oh, it's all falling apart." I get a unique viewpoint of the world because I get to see the children, and I get to feel good about our world, about the world in which we live in, right? And so there's a lot of examples of that I get to see. But one of the stories that rings true to me, that paints that picture, was. We had an intermediate school, so that's 5th and 6th graders, right? Young kids, like 10, 11 years old, that was selected to go perform at this Texas Music Educators Association convention. It's a giant honor to be invited. You have to be one of the very top performing groups in the state to go to this. And so we had one of our schools get selected to go, and so I went to support them at this event, and they had asked me to introduce them, and it was an honor, and it was a big honor to be there. And you could fill you with pride just to be in that moment. But that's not at all the story of what it is that drives me. I stand up there and I'm introducing the group and at the podium, and then I exit, and I can hear the kids, they're filling in behind me, right? They're filling the riser, you hear all the little kids right there, they're filling in. And I go around, and they had saved a seat for me right in the front, and we're in a room that holds 4,000 people, like this is a big deal. And I go and I sit down, and I'm watching the kids, and immediately this one kid catches my eye, because you could see I'll go beyond nervousness, I'll say fear in her eyes. And she was having a hard time mentally dealing with the moment. Maybe it was getting a little too big for her. So they start to perform, and I'm sitting here, and the whole choir is beautiful, they're doing a great job, but I'm just watching this one baby, right? And she's crying. She's trying to sing, and I look down the road, and I'm looking at these teachers that we have, that I'm sitting next to a group with some other teachers, and I'm like, somebody's got to go get her, right? Like, I'm worried for her, right? But I'm watching, we got a teacher that has a relationship with her, she's locked in with her, and she's coaching her from 100 feet away, trying to support her, and I'm watching the magic of a teacher try to pour into a child, right? I'm watching this child who is 11 years old, who is having a really difficult time, and yet she is standing there trying to sing. She didn't run off the stage. She is trying to push through and make it happen, and I'm sitting here going, I'm just melting down, because it's too much, and then they get to the next song, and you can see her in true mental distress, and I am, I'm so worried about her. And right at this moment when I'm like, man, we're gonna lose, like, somebody's got, like, I was turning to a teacher to say, like, somebody needs to go get this child. I look up, and this little girl standing next to her, as they're singing, this little girl standing next to her just takes one big step towards her. And she just puts her hand out. And she grabs that little girl's hand. And you could see the world change for that little girl. And it still wasn't easy. But she made the whole concert with that one little girl holding her hand. That, Chip, that's, for me, that's success. Right? Because they come off they finish, and they come off the stage. And I'm gonna just tell you, I'm crying. I'm a mess, right? I'm just like, God, it was the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. You know, the teachers, it's amazing. And I go over and I hug that little girl who was having so hard a time. And I said, baby, do you understand what you have just proven to yourself? Yeah. At 11 years old, or what, you know, where I said, you have proven to yourself that things can be really, really hard, and you can still do it. And then I went and found the little girl that put her hand out and really carried her through. And I gave her a hug, and I said, baby, do you even know what you did? She goes, no, I just taking care of my friend. I said, you did, baby. And it was beautiful, and you didn't even think about it, but you also inspired a room full of thousands of people that could watch you and see the kindness and love in the heart of a child to remind us as adults how we should be when we see somebody struggling, instead of being quick to move on or separate ourselves or judge. Man, what if we just put a hand out and carry people with us like that, you know? And then I went and found out little girl's mom, because she was there too. I gave her a hug. I said, I hope you have about 12 kids, because we need all of what you are teaching into your children across our district. But that's it for me, right? It's like that right there was, you know, that happened maybe 3 or 4 years ago, Chip. It's like it was yesterday for me. Okay, yeah, you know, and there are many like that, but like those are the stories for me that remind me like why we do what we do, why this is a calling, why leadership matters, why you have to give people opportunities, yes, sometimes to struggle, yes, but also give them the tools they need to be successful in the struggle. So that's probably a longer story than you wanted, man, but I'm just telling you, that one touches my heart. Touches my heart, man. That's so I was working hard to keep it composed right there, Doc. That was good. That's one I love.